Alright, welcome back to another installment at T.C.B. Garage. We got the Hummer in the garage today. Got a lot of stuff going on in the garage today. Actually, I have some motorcycle parts. These are not mine. We did not buy a motorcycle. This is a fairing, I believe is what my buddy says it is. A fairing kit he's installing on his bike. I may do a video on this today also. But I'm going to be doing a little paint job on it for him. He got the paint to match his bike. Got everything sitting over there, but this is not what we're getting into right now. We got the Hummer in the garage, and like I described in the other video, we do have some mechanical issues with the truck, and one of them being is we got a severely bad wheel bearing. As we can see, there is a lot of play in this thing. I mean, I'm just kicking it and hopefully that's picking up. There we go. Look how much that thing is bouncing around. Like I said, I drove this thing home, probably drove it about 25 miles to the house, and the whole time it was just making a lot of noise. I was really happy that I actually made it home and the tire did not fall off, because this thing's in bad shape. So we're going to get into replacing this. Got the new bearing right over here. It's a Detroit axle bearing. I think I got it from Amazon, and I want to say it was like 65 bucks. So it wasn't too bad. Try to open it up here, take a little look at it. I know I opened it up once before. There we go. Oh my God, this thing's heavy. There we go. But it's a pretty decent looking bearing. Got our 6 studs. And then also, I think in this video we are going to also replace the steering shaft like I described in the last video. We do have some play in the steering wheel, and the play is coming from right here. This bolts down onto our rack and pinion. Then we got this little universal joint right here. And the one that is in the truck has a lot of play in it. Another reason I was a little scared driving it home, because yeah, it has about 2-3 inches of play back to back or side to side, and the steering wheel doesn't do anything. So, or the tires don't move or anything. And then of course we got our coupler right here. This will bolt up into the steering column, and of course our firewall bolts right here. So all right, we got the Hummer in the air. We're gonna get on a tripod. We're gonna pull this wheel off, and yeah, we're gonna get into taking off his hub bearing. Alright guys, so we got the Hummer tore down, we got the brake caliper off, we got the rotor off. We got a little audience in here. That's my daughter. Say hi, daughter.
Hi, daughter.
It's my daughter's boyfriend. Say hi, daughter's boyfriend.
Hey.
Alright, so anyways, they're in here watching me. I don't know if my daughter's learned anything. She hasn't taken any interest in car mechanics in the 28 years she's been alive, but anyways.
27.
Almost 28. Anywho, yeah. So, what we got is we got our everything tore down to our hub bearing, and we can see right there exactly how bad this thing really is. You usually want to get it replaced well before this point. This was actually pretty dangerous driving it home, but you can see how much it's shaking. So what we're going to do is we got to get our center axle nut off, and then we have 3 bolts here, here, and then on the other side, and everything should just pop right out. So we're going to get the axle nut off, we're going to get these nuts off, and yeah, we're going to get this hub taken out. Alright everybody, so we got the new hub finally on. I want to use explicit language, but I'm not going to do that because it was a pain in the you-know-what.
Arts.
I got my boy Larry over here chilling like I told everybody earlier. We're going to be painting his fairing as soon as this is done. I might do a video on that too. Well, we got the hub out. I'll show you guys real quick what I had to do to get that to happen. We tried heat, we tried a chisel, and I fucked up. Alright, I gotta take the hub back off because I forgot to put that shield on. Yay. So anyways, what I ended up having to do was take one of the studs out for the wheels. It's not going to give you enough access to pull it all the way out, so you're going to have to cut it. So I was able to do that. Then what you're going to do is put a hardened bolt. Do not try a regular bolt because it bent. And hopefully you'll have one that has full threads. What I had to do with this one was I had to put on about 25 washers. But what you're going to do is you are going to run this through your stud hole. Then you're going to put your nut backing it onto the backing plate of the hub. You're going to tighten it down, and what that's going to do is push this into your spindle and it will force the hub out. That finally did work, so I'm really happy that this the new one is on. So we're going to go ahead and just bolt it back together. I'm not going to do any of that on film. We all know, at least we should know what goes back on. We're going to put our rotor back on. We're going to put our caliper back on. And then I'm going to come back and we're going to do a little road test, take down the road, and see if she makes any noise. Alright. Alright everybody, it has been about a week since we did the hub bearing on the Hummer. The Hummer is back in the garage. I still have not drove it down the road yet. But that day I had quite a few, I should say, issues with the car. Number one, the hub was extremely hard to get off. We were able to get it off, as we just seen. Then I also had a brake line. As you can see, we got a nice new brake line on there that snapped as I was putting everything back together. And so anyways, yeah, it became a long day. And then of course I had to paint my buddy's fairing for his bike. Check out how that turned out. I did not put that on video. I really, guys, just wanted to get done. This took about probably another 4 hours or so to paint with him. I really like how it turned out, and he really likes it himself, so I'm really happy he's going to be pleased with it. It's going to look really sharp on his bike. That is his bike color. But you can see, look at that. Oh, that's too much light. Look at that metallic in there. It's my first time painting a metallic, so I'm really happy with how it turned out. I think it came out pretty even. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm happy for him. He's going to like it. But we're going to get back into the Hummer. And what we're going to replace real quick, and hopefully it's not going to be as much of a problem as replacing the bearing, is going to be this shaft right here. This shaft runs into the rack companion right here, and then it runs up into the steering wheel. But what I want to show everybody is, and if we can see it, let's watch this. Look at that play in that. And the shaft part isn't even moving. Really nice. So we're going to have to get inside the truck, inside the SUV, inside the Hummer H3. We're going to have to get inside, take some panels off the steering column, and then we're going to take that one nut out from here. And I think everything just slides right through into the car, and then slides right back. So we're going to jump right into that stuff right now. Alright guys, so we got the steering wheel tore out. I'm trying to get to that steering shaft. So what you're going to want to do, see if we can see in here. Alright, so we got our metal brace that is underneath our lower kick panel, which is right here. You're going to take that off. That is going to pop right off. This has 4 bolts running through it, 2 down here, and then you're going to have 2 up right here. what you're going to do is you would be taking off your parking brake cable, or your parking brake handle, I should say. This side piece comes off. You snap this off. It allows that plastic piece to drop off. You undo the parking brake cable, and then somewhere in here I got the hood latch. You also want to undo that. Then we have 4 bolts that hold the steering column in place, which are going to be up here, here, and then the 2 bolts in the back, you're going to leave them bolted in because the bracket slips in. It has a cutaway to be able to pull it off these bolts. So what we're going to do here real quick is we're going to take these 2 bolts down here. See if I can get down there, because here's our steering shaft right here that has the problem. We're going to take these 2 bolts out right here, and then the whole assembly is going to come out, and then we're going to slide the new one in. So I would have shown everybody this, but I really hate trying to film in these tight spots. It really doesn't make for the best angles. So we're going to get this thing taken out. We're going to get the new one bolted in, and we're going to get everything put back together. Alright, so we got the old one out. And I'll tell you what, I cannot believe someone is actually driving this thing like this. Look at that. I mean, that was on the verge of popping out of there. I mean, I took a little bit of a rest driving it home because, like I said, I drove for about 25 miles to the house. That's how far it was away from me, and man, that thing like was on the verge of popping right out of there. We can see our new one is a lot better. It looks like it's a little bit better made even. So hopefully it'll last a little longer. Like I said, the Hummer has 174,000 miles. This is definitely original, so yeah, this one's going to last quite some time, hopefully. So we're going to get it installed real quick and take her down the road. Alright guys, so we are still getting the shaft bolted in. If we can see, my finger is pointing right there at the shaft bolt. It was a real pain to get the steering column to mount back on it. So I just want to show everybody what I had to do, just in case anyone does this same thing. Replaces this part. What I had to do was put a 2x4 in here right against the top bracket for the first set of bolts. I don't know if you can see that, but there's this bracket right here. What I had to do was put the 2x4 through the steering wheel. It's probably about a 2.5 foot piece I had laying around. I raised the seat up to where I could rest the steering wheel on there, and then I had to hit it right here with a sledgehammer to get it to finally go in. So I don't know if it's the shaft I got. Maybe it was just a little bit bigger than the original. But I just want to show everybody that if you have any issues doing this, if you're going to change out this steering shaft, that is one of the options you can do. Place the 2x4 right here and give her a few whacks and it will pop in. But like I said, we're going to get this bolted in and we're going to take her down the road. Alright guys, so it has been a few days since we were working on the Hummer, putting in the steering shaft. As you can see, garage is empty. The Hummer is sitting right outside there in the driveway. It's been about 3 days, and the reason I'm just now getting back to this video is because we had some issues after I put everything back together with the steering shaft, bolted the steering column back in, went to go start the Hummer, and unfortunately the security system kicked on. So what I ended up having to do was I ended up having to remove this whole mess of wiring where somebody, I'm going to say it was, as it's affectionately known in the car culture, Bubba, got a hold of this car and decided to put in this janky alarm system, which really interfered with the Hummer security system. So what happened is I got everything bolted back together, went to go start it. Security light kicked on and it ran for about 3 whole seconds and then shut down. So what I had to do is go into the, I think it's a passkey system, or I can't exactly remember what the security system is on the GM vehicles of this year. pass lock, something like that. Anyways, I had to go into that system. On that sensor, they had wired in all the alarm wires, cross some wires. I had to reconfigure everything and get it going. But we did get the Hummer going, which I'm affectionately now calling Headache Hummer. Since then, like I said, we did get her started up. We got some new tires on her today. Got some nice new meaty tires, no more bald tires. We're able to also get the tire cover, which looks a lot nicer. I'm waiting for all those wrinkles to come out. And then we also got our new caps. So we got all 4 caps on. But what we're going to do to sum up this video, we're going to go ahead and take her down the road and we're going to see how she goes. See if we still got any loose steering, any hub bearing issues. And we're going to see how Headache Hummer here drives. So we started up here. We got a little bit of a rough idle. I'm thinking we're going to need a tune up. For some reason my low tire sensor is kicking on, even though all the tires have air. So I'm thinking I must have maybe have an issue with one of the sensors and one of the wheels. And then also I am getting a service stabilization system and the symbol right there lighting up. Along with the check engine, we know that's still our evap code. So we are going to put Headache Hummer in reverse, and I'm going to back her out of the driveway without hitting anything. So got my van right there and it's real close. Alright, got the sunroof open, all the windows down. Also going to start the detail today. We're going to get these seats ripped out and get all this nastiness cleaned out. That's going to be the start of another video. And we're going to see if she goes down the road. I do have a noise coming from the rear end. And I was able to look at that while the guys were working on it today, putting on the tires, and found one of my sway bar bushings is completely broke. So I was sort of relieved to find that. So that's going to be an easy fix. But here we are going down the road. She actually drives really well going down the road. So I don't think there's going to be a whole heck of a lot more to do. See the old Headache Hummer. Just got to get those lights off. Get that tire sensor off of there. And then yeah, she should be in pretty good shape. So I'm going to get the old Hummer back to the garage. We're going to get these seats and everything ripped out. We're going to get video, I think, 3 of the Hummer started. And get this detail going. And we're going to wrap this one up. Just really happy I was able to figure out what it was with that security system to get this thing running. So hopefully you like this video, find some information, find some useful information on it. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Subscriber base is growing continuously. I'm very happy. Right now we're at about 700 and I think 20 subscribers, maybe less than that, 715. Anyways, I'm really happy. Welcome to all the new subscribers. I really hope you're liking the channel. And yeah, stay tuned for the detail video on this dirty old Hummer. Alright, everybody have a good one. Alright guys, so in the... Yes!
I don't give a goddamn.
There's my boy Larry cussing at his daughter.
Yeah, the motherfucking AutoZone kissed my ass.
Hey Madeline, edit this part out.
Fuck AutoZone.
Bleep, AutoZone.
Go to Napa.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Here's my zone, motherfucker.
Uh-oh. I can't zoom!